Okay, we can keep going.
Home Alone 2 director on Donald Trump cameo.
69.
It seems like no matter what is that Trump Hollywood loves to comment on three things: Trump, girl bossery and feminism, and racism. These are the things that Hollywood is constantly bring to the surface, or more than likely it's a not so subtle subtext of a film. And I credit Jeremy Johns with making that observation. It's like Hollywood is obsessed. But Home Alone 2 director says Donald Trump cameo has become this curse. It's literally 7 seconds of the movie. Alan, this is from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Interesting.
Why don't you give us the crux of this story?
Sure. San Francisco filmmaker Chris Columbus recently opened up about his regret over Donald Trump's cameo in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, calling it an albatross and saying he wishes it was gone. Columbus explained that Trump only allowed filming at the Plaza Hotel on the condition that he appear in the film. While the cameo was a hit with test audiences and contributed to the movie's success, Columbus now feels stuck with it. I can't cut it, he said. If I cut it, I'll probably be sent out of the country. I'll probably be considered sort of not fit to live in the United States. So I'll have to go back to Italy or something, he joked, referencing his Italian ancestry and political climate for the Trump era. Thanks for explaining that, San Francisco Chronicle. He also dismissed Trump's later claim that Columbus begged for the cameo, saying, "There's no world I would ever beg a non-actor to be in a movie." Despite the lasting controversy, Home Alone 2 grossed nearly $360 million.
Well, if he cuts it, half the country is going to be offended. There are versions that have aired where the cameo is cut. It's only 7 seconds. It's a much younger Donald Trump. So,
I believe he was a Democrat back then, but
yeah, it's this was the 90s. So I don't know. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's very sad to see. And I don't even think, I'm sure Chris Columbus, whenever this topic comes up, he's never the one bringing it up. It is. And look, we recently saw, did you watch the Bill Maher talked about, it was like a segment where he talked about meeting Trump, and he wishes that the private Trump that he met was the more public version of Trump. He had a sense of humor. He talked about issues. Bill Maher was able to disagree with him. There is TDS now, I believe, is worse now than it was before. And I kind of feel like people that are just so tied up with everything, their whole world revolves around hating our president, that it's like it is a borderline mental illness, and they really just give up their power. Like, can't you have an opinion where you look at policy or something? It's like this guy can do no right. If he cured cancer, they'd still be he'd still be the worst person in the world. Now, it just makes me sad because it's really preventing us from actually getting together, finding common ground to solve problems. And kudos to Bill Maher for saying, you know what, I'm tired of these people. They're acting like the popular girls at the lunch table in junior high, refusing to speak to someone. It's immature, and it's not helpful. What are your thoughts, Alan?
Yeah, if I was Chris Columbus, I'd just say it this way. This is America, and this is just a movie. The fact that it's become a big deal. I mean, look, I could read this article one of two ways. One of the, and I understand the fact. I understand that he called it an albatross, because like an albatross, it's just going to follow you everywhere you go. And you can either take it in good spirits or not. The thing I was offended by was the fact that, that he's going to send him back to Italy because he's Columbus. You assign the problem that the divide that occurs in America is the fact that, there are certain beliefs we've assigned to Donald Trump that are just not true. And the idea that he's rounding people up in camps and putting and sending, people back to where they came from. I find that, just an odd thing to say. And again, I would just say, this is America. We can do what we want. You can feel how you want. And this is just a movie. It has zero impact on the course of this nation.
Yeah. It's just, it just makes me sad because, I have to resist engaging with certain friends of mine that I'm like, I can see from their posts, oh, you watch the news. The news told you to think this way, and this is why you think this way. And the news has been telling you for years to think this way, and you cannot break that. And propaganda is powerful in America. It's a friend of mine who's from China told me that everyone in China knows the news is bullshit. The news is propaganda. The trouble is, in America, Americans don't realize it yet, that their news is all propaganda, all made to make you think a certain way. What I am hopeful about is more and more people, like being unplugged from the matrix, are waking up. And they choose to have their own opinions or maybe do research outside of a very few media outlets, and they become unplugged and form their own opinions about things. I love to see it. But it makes me very sad to see this. And look, I know for a fact my certain friendships have, evaporated for me. So I pretty much stick to, politics is not my realm, but for some reason, because Hollywood is obsessed with identity politics, DEI, racism, girl bossery, feminism, emasculating males, which is sort of toe in toe with feminism, and hatred of Donald Trump. All of that is an obsession, and I think it's very unhealthy.